DOZHATOLDYA.COM.
Black Amigo Gang, Young Scooter, Street, he like the people's champ, man, out here in the streets. I'll tell you that much. Wasn't really, the best rapper in the world, but that didn't really even matter because he had hits. He got it done. Most folks will kill for a career like Scooter, so, no shade on that, but he wasn't really a rapper. He was just a street representative, finesse, maybe, gambler. I got a couple of stories about, man, when Young Scooter was around us, and yeah. Maybe I'll share those stories another time, but yeah, again, I just want to be respectful, and at the same time, know that the streets is going through it, man, in Atlanta, because it's just not the same. And again, whether, Young Scooter passed away from violence, but it wasn't necessarily from black on black violence. And then you have Mo 3 that we had to talk about earlier. Say So P. The list goes on and on, man. It just never ending cycle. But, we all got to die. We all got to die at some point. What's Stephen A. talking about this time? All right, we might as well get ready for Stephen A. But, yeah, man, I just seen that Scooter thing. I couldn't really skim past it. Had to talk about it. Had to give it its attention, rightfully so. Yeah, we will talk more about the Scooter passing, and condolences to everybody. Thoughts and prayers to everybody that's hurting about this one. All right, we got politics to talk about. The guys texting the military plans, and we got to talk about LeBron and Stephen A. Smith before we get up out of here. LeBron the bully. So we'll leave the politics to last. We'll go ahead and get into LeBron the bully. And some other sports news. So, thoughts and prayers to Ju Ju Watkins, who went down playing versus Mississippi. Was it Mississippi State? Yeah, Mississippi State in the tournament, and it was a bad spill.
Defense from the Trojans, and Watkins goes down hard, and she's grabbing her right knee, quickly grimacing in pain.
I should have announced the trigger warning even with this, because those injuries be bringing back traumatic situations in a lot of people's lives. So, trigger warning. And we all love Ju Ju, man. Thoughts and prayers, get well, baby. We are very happy that at least nowadays we have all types of medicines and new technology that can help the rehabilitation process. And I'm sure she gonna bounce back eventually and be able to do her thing on the basketball court once again. But boy, this was a heavy blow to basketball as a whole, not only college basketball, not only the USC's basketball program, but the WNBA was looking at this one like they was about to go on strike. they thought that they had enough ammunition to go on strike, and I don't know if they didn't. I don't know if we got the ammunition no more. The ammunition right here is on the floor holding our knee. So, yeah, man. I know I always find some kind of way to just kind of have some type of bad joke. I know. Bad joke, man.
Juju's face telling the story and being carried off the court, opposite end from the USC locker room.
Yeah, man. Get well soon, Ju Ju Watkins. We start our sports information talk with that. But what's going on with this Stephen A. Smith versus LeBron situation, man? Stephen A. Smith is going out sad. LeBron looking like a super bully. And it's just so funny, man, because it can all be for like ratings, man. People looking at the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing and looking at all the money that was made and finding ways to reinvigorate and re-energize they whole platform. And you can't really put it past, the theatrics. You can't put it past these entertainers and these media personalities to not engage in the theatrics. If I'm saying it right. I know sometimes I don't be saying words right, but you know what I mean. So let's see what the hell my boy. He's not even my boy, because if he been fucking up for a minute. But then for some reason, now that he been getting in the beef with LeBron, you make me want to defend you, Stephen A. But you just looking like a sucker, so it's hard to even defend you these days.
I'm just wondering about Stephon Diggs. You go from Josh Allen to C.J. Stroud to Drake May. You sure about that, bro? You sure? Are you sure? I mean, I just think that's a legitimate question to ask, because no matter what you are as a receiver, it don't mean a damn thing if the quarterback can't get you to move.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought y'all said that Stephen A was on some bullshit. Y'all said that Stephen A was on some bullshit. Okay, well maybe we didn't even cover the story from the jump. Of course, unless you been under a rock, you know that LeBron ran down on Stephen A. Smith at the game about 2 weeks ago. We ain't talk about it because we've been busy as hell. But LeBron, it went something like this. Stephen A. Smith had a few things to say about the way that Bronny and LeBron was handling Bronny's situation, questioning LeBron's fatherhood and parenting decisions, and just really stepping beyond his boundaries as a sportscaster in a sense. He could have just kept it basketball, and he kind of went a little far, in my opinion, on that tip. But, again, folks really just be doing their job. Stephen A. Smith signed a $100 million contract with and they gotta shake shit up. Because Cameron and them, everybody, you know what I'm saying, all kind of stuff. We ain't even got to play. Do I have to play the clip that Stephen A. Smith got into it? Just know that this is the run. This is the rundown. This is when LeBron ran down. LeBron wasn't having that shit. You know, Ron ain't doing that shit that he usually do, where he be trying to cover his mouth so you can't really see what he be saying. Nah, Ron want everybody to see this shit. Straight punked his ass. Yeah, man. And so Stephen A. Smith, the next day, he went on air and went off. Airing out the...
And in this particular instance,
So then Stephen A. Smith went on air and spoke his part. It's funny because this is how they say Stephen A. How Stephen A. Smith be looking.
Man, y'all I get on your ass, bro. I get on your ass, boy. Fuck what you talking about, nigga. You gonna throw water on me? Hey, I threw water. What's up? I threw water. What's up? What you talking about? What's up? Chill out, man. Chill out. What you talking about? What's up, bro? Hey, man, y'all homeboy, bro. Man, fuck that shit, man. Nigga, try me, bro. He want to fight? That nigga don't even want to fight for real. We go out here. You want to fight? Let's go, nigga. Let's go, nigga.
Nigga start sliding.
Slide.
Nigga start
This is slide on shit.
Nigga start
Stop
sliding.
down here in the ground, nigga. Stop down here in the ground, nigga. Stop down here in the ground, nigga.
Nigga slide. If a
Stop down here in the
nigga
ground,
slide.
nigga.
If a nigga
Stop down here
slide.
in the ground,
If a nigga slide. If a nigga slide. If a nigga slide, I'm gonna wrap him down. Alright. Nigga slide.
Yeah, so this Stephen A.
You
Smith.
ain't gonna slide on shit, boy. Chill out, man. Come on.
Oh, man. They say that's Stephen A. Smith, man. LeBron bullying Stephen A. Smith, man. This is some crazy stuff. The age of Trump, man. I love it, man. So, yeah. So then Stephen A. Smith, you know, went on his world tour. He went on every media outlet and told everybody that LeBron said, keep my son name out my mouth. No said, you know, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. So Stephen A. Smith, you got off easy. You got off easy. He ain't even swing. But now they got a new video. They done doctored the video up that makes Stephen A. Smith say that he would have swung on LeBron. And everybody going crazy about this one.
that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Well, yeah, maybe he did say that. Maybe those was his words, but he say, I don't think it was his hands on him. I think he later said on his Twitter that he didn't say hands on me. He said if LeBron would have slapped him, he would have swung on him. But, I don't know, man.
That's why he's not my king. That was corny. Man, oh man, this Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James beef is just never going to end. And I'm going to talk from both perspectives. I'm going to talk from LeBron's side. I'm going to talk from Stephen A.'s side, right? So Stephen A. Smith said, kings don't get blamed. I guess that's why he's not my king. That was corny. Then he also said, my issue is with LeBron James. I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son Bronny, he is a liar. Then he also says, when you retire, let's see how much I talk about you then. You won't matter much, I promise you. And then this is where it gets very, very interesting. So it says, Stephen A. Smith says he would have swung on LeBron. He says, if that man would have put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him immediately. Then, of course, LeBron James is a heavy favorite in a potential boxing match versus Stephen A. Smith, as LeBron James is a negative 5,000 and Stephen A. Smith is a plus 1,000. Now, going back to this comment, right? He ain't swinging on nobody, let's be honest. Stephen A. Smith ain't swinging on LeBron James. If LeBron James would have did that, Stephen A. Smith wasn't doing nothing, let's be honest, right? The security would have came, and then we got broken up in 2 seconds. Stephen A. Smith is all talk. Now, Stephen A. Smith is dragging this, but from his perspective, I get it. As a podcaster, as an analyst, or whatever you want to call him, he knows this is what's going to get the most views. And so LeBron James went on the Pat McAfee show today, talked about Brian Windhurst, talked about Stephen A. And Stephen A. is just going to go out there and continue to keep making content out of it. LeBron's side, he's just tired of these lame analysts talking about him and his kid, and he just stood on business. You know what I mean? And so Stephen A. Smith, after today, let's stop dragging it. You dragged it last time. You're dragging it again. I get it as a content creator, but you got to relax. And
so, yeah, is LeBron James turned into... Did Kendrick Lamar have an effect on LeBron James? LeBron James has pivoted, and man, he has became a nasty dealer.
Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, went viral. You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's, and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, relax, bro. Like, relax.
Yeah, see, the ether. I feel like that boy LeBron been listening to too much Kendrick Lamar, man. LeBron went on Pat McAfee. It comes on immediately after First Take, and they had preview clips. He talked about everything. Yep.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A.
About it.
Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like, wasn't going to address it.
Yeah, that's the same clip. Hold on. I mean, he went on a run. He talked for a whole hour about all kind of stuff. So him and Jordan don't talk much, but he plan on talking more with Jordan once he retires. He hopes to develop a relationship with Jordan. The big thing that he said that had a lot of folks up in arms was
hears me talking about it again.
All these is the same clip of him clowning them. Was the Giannis will score 250 points. Oh, I forgot that y'all could see all of this.
But
oh yeah, he also killed.
Like I seen Brian Windhurst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like a clip.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school.
This guy was like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But these guys are just weird.
Pussy.
These guys are just weird.
Yeah, it's hardcore. That boy been he been listening to too much Kendrick. And this was LeBron when it came to when he went on Pat McAfee. That boy said, "Say Drake, say Steven." Oh man, I hear you like the ratings. Better never talk about my fucking son.
To dissect and analyze your. It's not always going to be positive. As the media, it's our job to dissect and analyze your performance and the things that you say. That's part of the gig. As you mentioned, it's a symbiotic relationship. You have to talk to the media. The media then writes about you, talks about you, broadcasts about you. Your overall brand, which helps your wallet. That helps your pocket. The more exposure that your game and you specifically get to the masses through the vessel that is the media, the more money you're likely to make. But my bigger issue with it is this. Just like Aaron Rodgers complaining about the media, LeBron James cannot complain about the media because he is the media. Whenever you have your own podcast, whenever you have your own show, you are the media. So you're complaining about a construct that you willingly participate in. Now, it might be different than what he's suggesting with reporters, etc., but you can't pick and choose the general things that you don't like when you actively participate in it all the time for your financial benefit and to get your point of view across.
Okay. She said her thing. She said her piece. I'm fucking with it. I'm in here holding my breath. If y'all get my drift. I'm holding my breath because the suspense of what's going to happen next between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith is killing me. No, it's not killing me. I'm not going to say that. Words is powerful. Words is power, man. We have to learn how to refrain from using certain words. Okay, so King James, man, has been online also taunting Stephen A. because after they said he'll swing on him, this is what he posted. You know what I'm saying? They say he go hit him with one of them Mike Tyson punch-out punches. My boy LeBron said, ain't worrying about nothing. They ain't worrying about nothing. They ain't worrying about nothing. LeBron ain't worrying about nothing, huh? Ain't worrying about nothing. Speaking of which, shout out to Bryce James, man. State champion, man. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie, man. LeBron do have a fire-ass life, man. One of the best black men of all time, man. Like, I don't want to hear no more. He's a better, basketball player, better player on the court than Michael Jordan. I don't want to hear that no more. You know, because the last time, really, should I mention what happened with the shot? Because anytime somebody got anything to say about LeBron, I'm going to say, hey, no. That boy Giddy showed out on LeBron last night. In the spirit of the Bulls.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddy for the...
Who that boy is, eh? On the Bull.
2 seconds left. Giddy for the win. Go! My God!
Bang!
I cannot
Bang!
believe this.
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Happened to him last night, man. All this just happened like back to back, man. The NBA been turning up. See, the NBA ratings was getting real low, and they had to pull some moves off. I ain't going completely. Like, I'm with it, and I'm reporting, and I'm engaging, and I'm supporting, and doing the same. But yeah, I see what's going on. They done turned this shit into some WWE. Josh Giddy has had 5 triple doubles this year as a Chicago Bull. Also, he almost had a quadruple double last week and went absolutely crazy last night, or whatever night in question, when he hit that shot to send the Lakers home after an 18-point comeback in the fourth quarter. So, they ain't gonna let me play. They ain't gonna let me playing all that NBA stuff anyway. Depressing it, but yeah, I don't want to hear no more. Anytime anybody got something to say, when I ain't even bringing Jordan up no more. We just gonna play. We just gonna show Josh Giddy. I'm just gonna be like, hey man, talk to my guy right here. You know what I'm saying? LeBron fans, you talk to my guy. This is an epic picture. I want this poster right here. And I want to get that bit signed by Josh Giddy. That would be that's an accomplishment right there. Like, please. I'll be able to hang that bitch up, do the show. I got to get this poster right here, bro. That's the poster. Whew. Whew. Epic. You gotta get your revenge, King. You gotta get your revenge, man. Stephen A. Smith called in the favor, boy. Called in the big favor on LeBron ass, man. Pause. Yes, sir. All right, so but yeah, the last part of the LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith is the fact that he said this, that Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You're trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
Hincha, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Neither would you. Neither would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s. 250.
So, how do y'all feel? Let's talk about it. Of course, Giannis would be able to play in the 70s. It's not saying that they wouldn't be able to play. It's saying that they wouldn't be the player that they are now. And that is a very, very condescending statement to those that came before him. And he gonna eat those words later on. But, still kind of like, with all due respect, he is a superior athlete, superior intellect, superior human being even, man. So I do respect LeBron, and people think I hate him. I don't. But I just know that wasn't really the best statement. Because LeBron wouldn't be the same athlete he was if this was the 70s. Being able to handle the ball the way that you handle the ball and having the ball as long as you have, you wouldn't have the ball in your hand. There wasn't really that many black players on teams all together in the first place. They had to, everything had to come in steps. And there were very, 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 very athletic people in the 70s. It wasn't like people just all of a sudden just started getting hops and being able to, shoot shots. No. The form did develop better. There have been mechanics and fundamentals was developed, even down to the shoes, down to the arenas, the workout, the diet, and everything is a factor, and was knowledge and information that was passed down from generation, from footage, film, and all of that. So that was just a very irresponsible statement from LeBron, and I feel like that one was another one that he kind of just gave the media out there something to respond to, in my eyes, with that one. So, because and that we did. Many of the media had something to say in response to that statement, in particular.
It's still disrespectful to the previous eras, and there's no call for it. And so when he does what he does on that level, that's him, passive aggressively yet again, finding a way to take shots because inherently he has a problem with himself being compared to dudes from previous eras, because folks talk about him. They talk about what he would have been. For example, he's not my GOAT. He's Shannon's GOAT. He might be yours or somebody else. He's not mine. Why do I say that? Because the road to prosperity that he had to travel, I believe going up against the old guard like Jordan and them, they would have stopped him before he learned how to win. I'm not talking about LeBron once he learned how to win. I'm talking about the LeBron that was absent prior to that person that showed up. And if you got to go up against a killer like Michael Jordan and others who would try to snatch your heart right out of your chest, I believe somebody like Jordan would have impeded his path. Nobody was going to impede Kobe. Nobody was going to impede MJ. Nobody's going to impede Duncan and people like that. But him, I believe he would have been impeded, which is why I have Jordan there. The previous eras are what enables you to be who you are. We look at this industry, for example. What would we have been if it were not for Stuart Scott? What would we have been, Doggy, if it were not for the Dick Vitales? Excellent. What would we have been if we didn't have somebody like a Howard Cosell to lean on and to see what he brought? Every single era you point to has a previous era that paved the way. We didn't see a Giannis because a Giannis didn't exist. It had to, the game evolved, and as the game evolved and whatever they put in the food and got dudes growing to be 7 feet and run like that or whatever, you saw that kind of capability. It didn't exist in the world in the 70s or the 60s in a lot of people's eyes. Fair enough, but when Doggy brings up Bill Walton, have you seen Bill Walton play? Did you see him in the 70s? Did you see his hops? Did you see his mobility? Did you see his athleticism before his feet gave way? Bill Walton was something special. And so I'm just saying that when you allude to the previous eras, right, and you do so in that kind
of... Boy said, did you see his hops with Bill Walton? I was saying, hold on, man. I don't know. I had to wait a minute. Did you see his hops?
Kind of way. What you're doing is showing a disrespect that's sprinkled with resentment because you hate the fact that people are able to point to a previous era and talk about what you're not.
Ooh, the ether. So, yeah, man, I feel like this battle could be orchestrated a certain way just to make us, watch. Because I ain't going to lie. I was interested in the first take this morning for the first time in a long time after the Bulls win last night. And as the playoffs come along, I feel like this is going to be very, very interesting. The drama. I'm looking to see LA go a few rounds because it wouldn't be no fun if they don't go a couple of rounds. Definitely need them to be around. So Western Conference Finals is a good destination for LA. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I guess I'm gonna before we get up out of here, man, I'm gonna try to breeze through a few other topics. Russell Wilson has been traded to the New York Giants. He pulled up in style.
What's up, crew? How you guys doing?
With his beautiful wife.
Super cool.
The lovely Sierra. They pulled up in style, like.
How you guys doing? Super cool.
Making everybody mad. So what's weird is that the Giants had just signed Jameis Winston, and a lot of people was with the thought that the Giants, who have a very, very high pick in the draft, was in the market to draft Shedeur Sanders. But obviously not anymore. Or maybe they still will and just have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Shedeur Sanders. That's interesting.
Sweet, guys. Thanks. New York Giants. Let's go.
Pray for Russell Wilson, man. I ain't gonna fret. Like New York Giants, bro. Like you in New York.
What's up, guys? Russell Wilson here, quarterback New York Giants, man. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, Mr. Unlimited or Dangerous?
I mean, it's an excellent move for the family. You know, little future gonna be lit. Little Russ gonna be lit. Sierra career finna have a whole nother level now. She might even have a new talk show or something. New York is just gonna be crazy, but the market, but you know, if you don't perform well, they're gonna eat you alive. And they say that New York has never had a black quarterback start, especially for the season. And now they have two black quarterbacks on two different New York teams. The Jets have Justin Fields, and ultimately the New York Giants have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston as the backup. So either things are changing in the NFL, or maybe these guys are being dumped to the very, very last team that they could possibly be dumped to before they're out of there completely. Respectfully, of course, because Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer and Jameis Winston is a Florida legend. So we definitely respect. We want to have a respect with these conversations, but it's just something to think about. All right. I know I just find a way, boy. I'm gonna find a way to drag some shit out. How do we feel about Jasmine Crockett and the things that she's on the front line battling the Republicans, and a little mudslinging is being thrown at her, and she is an educated black woman that's independent and paid to talk back. So that's a very, very interesting and dangerous when it comes to debate. And some may think that it's dangerous even when it comes to influence. I very much respect the young lady, and I root for her, and I feel like I'm with her. If she feel like she got to speak her mind and throw a little mud, because they sure be throwing mud at her, and everybody from the president to Elon Musk, and they say that she's going after Elon Musk and the Attorney General. Everybody coming for her. And she's being criticized for this, she said about the governor of Texas,
We in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
Definitely, she definitely got that comedy career, you know, in the tuck, ready to go. People are showing up. Any venue, she got the stadium tour.
DOZHATOLDYA.COM.
Ready for the stadium tour. Jasmine Crockett, comedy, man, that's gonna be crazy. Nah, for real. But nah, man, I feel like we need more of that. And of course, the thing is, because once the internet get to the internet, and they're gonna do things like this, you know, then we're gonna have folks saying
that nicknames could get under the skin of the Republicans like this.
Well, it depends who's saying it.
Now that I know, Rachel, I wanted to run some nicknames by you.
Okay, this is great.
For some Republicans.
Trump loves nicknames.
Trump loves nicknames, and nicknames have been working for them. And apparently the American people don't care about nicknames, right? Because Trump gives nicknames and they voted Trump in office. So I came up with some nicknames. And by the way, I did not workshop these nicknames. I did not look around to see if these nicknames have already been used. Some of them probably have. These are just the nicknames that I came up with. Pete Kegseth.
Nice.
Not bad, huh?
No, fitting.
Pete Kegseth. Likes a kegger, likes to drink.
Might have been on it in the
Might have been off
chat.
the sauce.
It would have made a lot of sense.
Would have made a lot of sense. Okay. JV Vance. It's not quite varsity yet.
I like that one.
JV Vance. You like that one?
I like that.
Mini Mike Johnson. He's 5'7", 135.
Why do you know his height and weight?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Is he really 130? 135 is wild.
He's 5'7", 135. Mini Mike. Mannequin Mitch McConnell.
That's too long.
What, Mannequin Mitch? You don't like Mannequin Mitch?
I like Mannequin Mitch.
Mannequin Mitch. You never know when he's just going to stand still.
That's crazy. Now, that's crazy. Like, I don't know about that one, bro. Goodness gracious, man. We getting wild. Like, that's on us. Yeah, I mean, I just said I was with Jasmine Crockett. I'm standing with Van Lathan too. I don't know. That's crazy though. Mannequin Mitch. That's great. Yeah. My bad, y'all.
Mannequin Mitch is good. That might be my favorite.
And she ain't making it no better. Like
Toby Tim Scott.
Love it.
Toby Tim Scott. That's my favorite.
Toby Tim.
Toby.
No.
Toby Tim has a ring to it.
That's the one. That's the one, Daniel, son. Shout out to that one. That one is the one.
Excellent.
Yes, sir, man. We got to give a round of applause for that one. Toby Tim is the one. We definitely running with that one, man. Shout out to Van Lathan.
No.
Man. Yes.
Toby Tim has a ring to it.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Toby Tim slap. We running with
Toby
that
Tim,
one,
man. Toby Tim Scott.
We definitely running with that one, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to Van Lathan with that one. Cause Tim Scott definitely going out like Toby. And we need one for Brian Donald. We need one for Brian Donald too. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what we got, man. In case y'all don't know who Tim Scott is, man, let me tell y'all who Tim Scott is, man. Y'all should know who Toby Tim is, but in case y'all don't know, this who Toby Tim is, and this, and we can't wait. We can't wait to use that one. Toby Tim. Yes, sir. What else he got up for us, man? That boy's a fool, man.
hobbling around on one foot. Now I brought the ladies into it. Marjorie Tantrum Green.
She'd love that.
She throws a lot of tantrums.
She would like that, I think.
Marjorie Tantrum Green. How about lubing Laura Bobert? Lubing Lauren Bobert.
Why lubing?
Because she was giving the guy a hand job in
Was
the
it a hand
Beetlejuice.
job?
It was a
Okay,
hand
yeah,
job.
she was filling him up.
Lubing
Okay.
Lauren. Okay. And the last one. So you know Nancy Mace, right?
Yeah.
Nancy, right in my face, Mace. She's a hot girl. Word on the hill is that she's a hot girl. Okay, that's what you hear. So what do you think?
That was a very good list.
Very good list. I thought about
Very
that
good.
last night. We're gonna do those nicknames.
Let's try to when those people come up, let's try to keep that energy.
You like
right?
Toby?
Definitely keeping that energy. Toby Tim.
Toby Tim hit.
Yeah, that's the one. Definitely, man. Shout out
All right,
to-
so look, I didn't know that nicknames could get under the skin of the Republicans like this.
What?
Definitely something to note. And especially since they texting flight plans and war plans and all kind of plans and all kind of crazy shit. Yeah, man, we coming towards the end of the show, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it on up. Pause. Speaking of wrapping up, man, they say South Africa has been said to have the cure for HIV. What do we know about this? What's going on? I hear they're trying to sell it. You know, who finna buy it? Who they not finna use it on? Who really needs it for real? So, it's an interesting story. Nevertheless, what say South Africa have developed a cure for HIV? Believe it or not. And I think it's already been around.
Might have just developed a South Africa have just done something incredible. South African scientists might have just developed a cure for HIV. The University of KwaZulu-Natal recently conducted the first ever HIV cure trial in Africa, and the results were very promising. The treatment they've developed is known as combination immunotherapy. It was successful in taking many of the test subjects off of antiretroviral medication, which is currently used to treat HIV. However, it's quite hard on the body and requires daily medicine. So this new treatment for the disease is a much better solution. The leading scientist of the study, Professor Tumbi Ndungu, says this new combination immunotherapy could allow many HIV positive people to live
Hold on, stop it right there. We gotta run it back. What they said his name was? Shout out to Buddy. Professor Tumbi Ndungu. Tumbi Ndungu. Professor. Round of applause. Round of applause, Professor Tumbi Ndungu. I'm glad that good white man taught me how to be able to say that for real.
Professor Tumbi Ndungu says this new combination immunotherapy could allow many HIV positive people to live the rest of their lives without having to use daily medication. In short, he has developed a new treatment which essentially cures HIV and removes the need for HIV positive individuals to use antiretroviral medication. So South Africa might have just developed the world's first real cure for HIV.
Yeah, but they still probably can they still spread it though? Is they still gonna give it to somebody? Is the HIV commercial still gonna come on in the middle of the night? They know they be playing the commercials at the right time, boy. It be 1:45 a.m. and you wanna you just got out of the club, you all look it up. Fuck around. You had to turn on the TV. You want to turn on the TV just so you can have a night light real quick. Figure the hell. I'll leave the speaker on. You know, we'll have some little noise in the room. Cool. Soon as you cut the TV on, first commercial come on. The HIV commercial. Oh, man. And here you are. Did you bring your protection? All right, man. Let me get this thing moving, man. Yeah, it's definitely a word on the curb that South Africans finna get paid. NBA Youngboy had got out of jail. Did I talk about that? They said NBA Youngboy had the helicopters. Said that boy had helicopters, boy, coming in like the military. While some people seem to believe the NBA Youngboy might be. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. This is just stuff that I be hearing. So I'm gonna read this tweet. This is not Dame Doja's words. This is Famous Richard says NBA Youngboy telling this his third time getting released from feds within 4 years on all new charges on King David. You can't do 10 months off 23-month sentence. What the fuck? My first offer was 5 years for a pipe that the police put on me. Dude most defiantly 12. They might have meant most definitely. Dude most definitely 12. He probably the reason Smirk got locked up. Ooh, smoke. Ooh, ether. We're going to have the ether button, boy. I'm definitely going to have to get the ether button going. Because that is the ether. That nigga said. I ain't got it yet, but I'm going to get the ether button. Ooh, Famous Richard's words, not mine. I don't got nothing to do with none of that. No smoke over here. It's a no smoke zone. No smoke zone. All right, there was an earthquake in Thailand today, man. Thoughts and prayers to all the people that had to deal with some bullshit like that. Because, man, that is. Imagine being on the top of a building like this. You in the building, man. That's got to be a horrifying feeling. Look at this. Trigger warning. Of course, the building that fell. I really don't know if there was. I don't think there were any casualties. I think this was a construction building. A building that was being built. But definitely some scary sights. Internet had information instantly too. So a couple of buildings did come down. And yeah, shit's crazy out here, man. Shit's crazy out here, man. I'm a little, tired. We've been going for 2 hours now. I think the mix lap is at its limit. So we'll go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. I appreciate y'all sticking with us once again. for yet another Doja Told Ya podcast, man. 141 of these hoes and counting. Sorry for the wait. We're going to get it together. You can catch all the clips on the YouTube page. And, you know, we may come back with some more. Start doing this a little more daily. Also, you can catch the Elite Critique Show and clips from that. The topics that I don't talk about on this, because, you know, we had Just With The Mess versus Lauren, and I almost feel like that was a rollout. All this might be rollout, man. A lot of folks doing all kind of moves to make it look like they be beefing, just to make it look like it's interesting. And I like it. I ain't gonna front. They got me. If that's what's going on, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. That's what it feels like. Anyway, maybe I could play a clip before I get up out of here. What y'all got? There's a couple of clips. What y'all got to say about this one right here? This one has been floating around. Ladies, is y'all going to the altar with a man with a suit like this? Something is definitely wrong with this picture, right? Maybe this is in Asia. As this is as this is as egregious as the Prince outfit. Niggas bringing back the Prince, man, with the back out pause. Oh man, that's crazy. Rest in peace, Prince, too. Cause that's, you know, I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan of this. You know, we gotta do something about this. We can't be letting this ride, man. Not at the wedding, bro. Not at the wedding, bro. Why, bro? We might need an ether button and we might need a Pimp C button. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need some Pimp C in this culture. Definitely need some Pimp C in their life. Yeah, man. I'm just clowning, man, but we running out of time, so we'll see y'all next time on the Missler app, man. Make sure you like and subscribe on all platforms. It's the Doja Told Ya podcast, man. You already know what it is. You have been here before. If it's not, if it's your first time, I hope you enjoyed the show. Every week, man, look out for more. You can also go through the archives. We have all kinds of things from gospel, hip-hop to party music to more podcasts on top of podcasts. And we'll be back next week with more. In the meantime, in between time, stay black, stay blessed, and stay working on your dreams, man. Never quit. It's your boy, Dame Doja, and this is the Doja Told Ya podcast. 141. You did.
You're listening to Doja Told Ya Radio.
Judy.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DOZHATOLDYA.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's Doja Told Ya.